Hey guys, it's the Black Critic Guy, and I have a special guest here, the voice of Ashoka Tano, Ashley Eckstein. It is such a pleasure to get an opportunity to interview you. You know, I've been trying to get into voice acting myself. I actually would love to do voice acting. And before I start this interview, I heard from the grapevine that you can do accents like British, Irish, and Cockney. Is that true?
No. Don't put me on the spot.
Oh, I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot. When I heard you could do Cockney, I'm like, I never met someone who could do a good Cockney, and I'm like, oh, I gotta hear this.
It's not great, actually.
Hey, you could blow us away anytime.
I don't. I gotta practice for the accents.
Oh, okay, I can see that because I try to do some accent, but it's terrible.
I can do Veruca from Willy Wonka.
Oh,
I
go
can
for
say,
it.
I want an Oompa Loompa Daddy, and I want it now. There's an accent for you.
There you go. We got our accent. Now, you have had a very prolific career that ranged from TVs to movies. You've been in live action and animated movies and TV shows. What was the experience like for you, going through all of this?
Oh my goodness. It's really just been a dream to be able to do what I love as my job. I feel very blessed to have been able to work as an actress. I moved out to LA in 2001 and started doing a lot of on-camera work and just fell into voiceover and it's been incredible the past 7 years working on the Clone Wars.
It's been crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's been amazing.
You also talked about how you have a lot of fans just sending you like fan mail and stuff like, oh my God, I love your character and all that stuff. Like, did that give you a lot of boost? Like, man, I'm really affecting these people, so.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely made me realize I have a responsibility to this franchise and to these fans that I didn't want to let anyone down. I mean, there's so many people that love the show and that love Star Wars, and I realized that the opportunity that I have been given is an honor. Mm-hmm. And I don't take it lightly. And so I wanted to do right by it. I wanted to be a good representative of the Star Wars franchise.
Well, trust me, as long as your name is not Jar Jar Binks, you're doing yourself a good justice. So, But honestly, growing up, I did like Jar Jar Binks. I'm not going to lie. Guy was so hilarious.
I like Jar Jar. My husband and I like Jar Jar.
Because there's a humor to him. Most of the characters are like, we're Jedi, we're serious. So Jar Jar was kind of like that comical guy. Misa want to do this and stuff. Yeah. So you got to have that comedy in there.
I think so too.
Like I said, you've done work in both live action and animated. Which one do you like doing most? Like, do you like doing a live action piece or do you like to do animated voiceover?
I like both. My background really is on camera, so I love being in front of the camera, but voiceover, it's just been such a fun experience. And it's a different style of acting. It's almost harder than on camera because you're not allowed to use your body and to use your facial expressions for voiceover like you can on camera. So you have to imagine what is taking place and make sure that comes through in your voice.
So you're on this cliff, you're about to jump.
Yes.
It's kind of like that?
Exactly. What does that sound like? Because you have to create that with your voice.
So you would say it's tougher to do an animated like feature instead of doing like live action where it's kind of like up front, you can see it happening and stuff? Yeah,
I mean, live action is a lot more time consuming. For a half-hour show on television, it takes a full week to do an episode, versus voiceover, it just takes us 4 to 6 hours to record one episode.
Dang, that's impressive. I can't wait to try that out one day.
I think you will.
Thank you. Now, getting into Star Wars The Clone Wars, you voice a character by the name of Ashoka Tano. I pronounced that right, I hope.
Ahsoka. Close.
Dang.
No, you were close, but you said Tano right.
Oh, well, because I come from an island called Guam, and Tano is a family name there.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, Tano. I'm used to that.
Cool.
So you voiced that character, and I was wondering, how would you describe that character in your words? How would you describe Ahsoka? And did you get any inspiration when voicing this character that you put into this character? What were your inspirations when doing the character?
Ahsoka is very snippy. But now she's not as snippy because she's grown up a lot. But she's just a good character. She's far from the dark side. She's very, very positive, She wants to be the best Jedi that she can be. I mean, she's just good through and through. And I mean, I've been fortunate where they've let me bring a lot of my own personality to the character, and they let me use my own voice, so it makes it a little bit easier. I mean, inspiration really is we just didn't want to make her bratty. We wanted to make her likable and relatable, and
someone that we can root for, you know, triumph the dark side, basically.
Exactly.
If we saw her sitting with dark sage, like, your journey to the dark side has been completed, she's like, no! Like
yes,
that.
she is so far from the dark side.
Oh, definitely. And now, I'm sorry to do this, but it's going to be the hardest question right here.
Oh.
You ready for this?
I don't know.
On a one-on-one battle, who would win, Ahsoka or Anakin? Ooh, indeed.
I don't know.
Now, you can be biased since that is your character. You could be like, yo, man, she could beat the crap out of him any day. So, what would you think?
I don't know. Anakin's pretty tough.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
I think, you know what, here's what I would say. I think their emotions would get in the way. So, Ahsoka's skills, they might be up to par with his, but I think there's such an emotional connection there that it would be tough to have a battle with the two of them.
It's kind of like how when Obi-Wan and Anakin fight, like there's that emotion. But you gotta admit though, having two lightsabers kind of gives you advantage over the rest of the competition.
Yeah, two lightsabers are better than one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people like to talk to you about Star Wars, but you have done a lot of other work that, because I'm 19 years old, and most of the work that you've done has affected me in my childhood. Like, That's So Raven.
I loved it growing up. Yeah.
You played a character named, sorry, let me look at my notes. Muffy.
Yes.
You're like...
Alana said something in Spanish I don't understand.
How was that? Or no, wait, hold on. You also played in Drake and Josh. You played Drake's girlfriend. Yes. How was that like?
I wasn't very nice on that show. I was Susan, the evil girlfriend that was two-timing Drake and Josh at the same time. Yes, they called her Poozin. But it's been fun. I love Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. Like, love it. I just could work with them for the rest of my life. I love it.
Were you able to like work with Drake and Josh? Of course you were. But also Raven Simone. Have you you're like, hey buddy, how you doing down the hallway or something?
Yeah, no, especially in That's So Raven, we worked together over 4 seasons. So you get to know them like a family. So I did. I mean, I got to know the cast really well, and just really great people. Raven Simone is one of the nicest girls, honestly.
I miss her dearly.
Yes.
She needs to be in more.
She does. She's so talented.
When she was like the little girl in Cosby Show, I'm like, we need her more. But the one thing I really wanted to ask you is that one thing that I think people never really noticed you in, you were in Blue Collar TV.
I was in Blue Collar TV.
Now,
yes.
You don't know this, but Bill Engvall is one of my favorite comedians of all time. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the fact
Mine too.
The fact that you've met him, I went fanboy. I'm like, whoa, she met Bill Engvall. Oh, someone fanned me. And I was wondering, like, how was the experience working on a sketch show and working with Bill Engvall and Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy, get her done kind of thing. I actually saw an episode where you played it was the Christmas episode where you played the little girl and you just drank your thing. Like, how was the experience working on a sketch show and with those 3 guys?
Sketch comedy is also a whole different ballgame. It's very fast work. You do several different sketches, several different characters, and you don't have much time to learn them. I mean, literally, you're learning characters in just a couple days. And it was awesome. We became a family on that show. Those guys, Bill Engvall, Larry the Cable Guy, Jeff Foxworthy, are like the nicest guys ever. And so funny. And that's the hard thing, like, it was hard for me to keep a straight face because when they get joking, like, I just want to laugh the whole time. So that show was just incredible. I would
have been there with you too. I'd be like, hey, Bill Engvall. I mean, hey, Dad. So it'd be kind of hard to work with that powerhouse, especially like Bill Engvall. Did you ever? After the show was over, did you guys hang out sometimes and just shoot the crap on stuff? And
yeah, I mean, Bill Engvall is a big baseball fan, and my husband playing baseball. We've definitely hung out outside of filming. We'll see each other at baseball games or whatever. So we've been over to each other's houses, and really nice guy.
Did it ever throw you off when he shaved his signature mustache and stuff? I was like, is that really Bill Engvall? Because I never seen him clean shaven. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, you get used to seeing actors behind the scenes when they look different, than they really do. So you just kind of get used to it. There's like usually actors, they have their on-screen persona and then what they look like off-screen.
All right, I see. Now, if you had, since you worked, live action, TV shows, movies, if you had a chance to work with any actor or actress or, any voice actor too, who would it be? Like, who's the one person, like, can I please work with that person if you had the chance?
Ooh, if I could work with one person. Well, I'll give you a guy and a girl.
Okay.
I wish I could work with Reese Witherspoon. She'd be cool. But then the guy, I'd love to work with David Tennant. That would be awesome.
David Tennant is...
Doctor Who. He was the 10th Doctor. So he worked as a character on the Clone Wars, but he worked from London, so we didn't get to be in the same studio together. Man. So that would be really cool to do a scene with him.
My auntie looks exactly like Reese Witherspoon. So whenever I go to a Reese Witherspoon movie, I'm like, hey, auntie, guess what I'm watching? I see you on screen right now.
That's awesome.
She's also enamored by Reese Witherspoon, and you can tell they have the same quirkiness, so I like that.
I'm a big fan.
Now, you started a company called Her Universe. And could you tell, because I know some of my subscribers might not know what Her Universe is, and I know I have some girl subscribers that would really get interested in that. What inspired you to make this company? What was the drive, and what's your company all about?
Yeah, well, half of all sci-fi fans are women, and most people don't realize that. They think that sci-fi is just for men and boys, and there's only a few women that like it. No, that's a myth. The fact is that half of all Star Wars sci-fi fans are women, and they weren't giving us any merchandise.
You're like, come on, yo!
We want stuff made for women. So close to 3 years ago now, I started my own company called Her Universe, and it's a merchandise line for female sci-fi fans. We do Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, Battlestar Galactica, and we're also coming out with some new licenses in the spring. So it's just, it's a community and a merchandise line to try to be welcoming to female fans and give female fans a space and a place where, they can step into the spotlight and realize that it's like, you're being recognized, because it's okay. Sci-fi is for everyone.
They can embrace the nerd within them.
Exactly.
Now, I've seen some of your designs I've been to the page. I've seen some of the designs, really cool. Is there any chance there's going to be a His Universe one day, just for guys that want your designs and stuff?
I get asked that question all the time. We don't even have the rights to make merchandise for men. So even if I wanted to, I don't have the rights to do that. But, I say go out into the retail space, the conventions, and the rest of the world is His Universe with sci-fi. There's so much stuff made for the men and the boys. And so I don't feel that I could do that any better. I won't take on a design if I feel that it's already being done and it's being done well. So I think there's already enough.
Heartbroken. So this is coming up to the wrap up now. As a successful actress, what advice would you give to people that are aspiring to become big actresses, big actors, voice actors, models and stuff? What advice would you give them? Now, you have a favorite quote, and I would love to hear you say it. So,
well, my favorite quote is "Don't dream it, be it," because everyone has their dreams, but then go be your dreams, go make it happen, and that's what I got that saying on a hat when I was a young girl, and it really resonated with me because I was a girl with many dreams, and it made me realize that it's like, wait a minute, okay, I sit here and I dream about it and I think about it and I talk about it, but I need to go do it and I need to go be it. And so the thing is just keep going. For the Clone Wars, for example, I auditioned for animated shows and cartoons for 4 years before I got the Clone Wars.
Dang.
That's a lot of rejection, and so keep going.
A lot of rainy days, huh?
A lot of rainy days. And so, especially if you're looking to be an actor or a voiceover artist, you got to have thick skin. And if you're not willing to keep going, then it's not the business for you. You have to deal with rejection, and you have to just pick yourself up, learn from every experience, and keep going.
Some words to live by right there for you guys. And last thing I'm going to ask you, and probably this will be the second hardest question I ask you.
Ooh.
can you do a Yoda impression?
Oh my gosh, that's the one I cannot do. I'm horrendous. It's like, may
Not-
the force be with you.
Not do, you say?
Yeah.
I'm heartbroken, Izzy. I can't do it either, so I'm with you on that, boo.
Yeah.
But I was just interested because if there's one voice that I've always loved in the Star Wars universe, why not Yoda?
Of course,
It's-
everyone wants
You know,
to be
you were
Yoda.
talking to Marion Lacey earlier. I would love to see a Yoda movie because they're doing the solo movies. Yoda would make an excellent movie.
I think so, too.
Or maybe even have Ahsoka have her own movie.
You
It's
never
a
know.
possibility. You never know. But I would like to thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. I know my subscribers are going to go crazy about it. And is there any place that they can check you out on, like Twitter or Facebook or some type of, you could tell them and like, hey, come check us out.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's just me on there. So my website is heruniverse.com. And then on Twitter, it's just at heruniverse. And then on Facebook, it's the Her Universe official fan page. And then I'm also on Instagram, so at Her Universe. And then I have a Pinterest page, so it's the Her Universe Pinterest page. So come check it out. I'm very active on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And we also have a blog. We update the blog every single day. It's on heruniverse.com.
Anyway, again, I want to thank you so much for being on my show. And if you would like, come check us out at theblackcriticguy.com.
I will.
Or not .com. YouTube.com/blackcriticguy. I'm so bad at this, guys. I'm embarrassing myself.
No.
It's sad. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. I want to thank Ashley Eckstein. Oh.
You got it.
Ashley Eckstein for being on here, doing this interview. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Bye.